Very good morning, children. This is Nageshwara, IIT Chemistry faculty. Let us continue. Our topic is nothing but atomic structure. Hope you all understood what we discussed in the previous class. That is nothing but what is meant by Dalton's theory and what are the drawbacks of the Dalton's theory, which is explained by the modern theory. Okay. Now you came to one conclusion that atom is no longer indivisible. Atom is also divisible and it contains more than 100 subatomic particles. In that one, three are very important subatomic particles. Those are proton, electron, neutron. Those are nothing but proton, electron, neutron. Let us discuss in today's class what is the discovery of these three important subatomic particles. These three important subatomic particles. That is nothing but fundamental particles. Fundamental particles. Okay. Three important fundamental particles we have. Those are nothing but protons, electrons and neutrons. Let us discuss one by one who discovered that. Okay, what is the experiment name that we are going to explain in today's class. Okay, let us see. Before going that, okay, a scientist is there. His name is William Crookes. His name is William Crookes. He is doing one experiment by using one apparatus that is nothing but cathode ray discharge tube. That is nothing but a discharge tube experiment. That means William Crookes is a scientist, is doing one experiment. In that time, what happened means he observed some traveling of the particles from one end to the another end. One end to the another end. Those particles is nothing but cathode rays. Those particles are nothing but what? Cathode rays. Okay, first of all, let us discuss what is that cathode ray discharge tube. What is that cathode ray discharge tube? Okay, let us see. This is nothing but the apparatus cathode ray discharge tube. Okay, in this one, you can see this is nothing but a glass tube. This is nothing but what, ma? A glass tube, and this glass tube contains two electrodes. One is cathode, another one is anode. Okay, this glass tube contains how many electrodes, ma? Two electrodes. Those are nothing but cathode and anode. You know, cathode is having which charge always? Negative charge. And anode is having what charge? Positive charge. That means a glass tube which contains two electrodes, cathode and anode. Okay, cathode is negatively charged and anode is positively charged. And these two electrodes are connected to a high voltage source, a battery. It must be contains high voltage, not normal voltage. Okay, that means these two electrodes are connected to a high voltage. Now, this is a pump which is used to increase in the pressure and decrease in the pressure. Now, in this experiment, okay, while William Crookes doing this experiment, what happened means he observed that some of the particles are traveling. Okay, those are nothing but what? Cathode rays. Okay, afterwards, let us discuss. Our first one is nothing but discovery of electron. Discovery of electron. Okay, in this discovery of electron, okay, the scientist J.J. Thomson observed the particles which are traveling in the discharge tube is nothing but electrons. What is the discovery means? See, this is a cathode ray discharge tube. In this one, okay, this glass tube is filled with a gas. Any gas you can take, or some air particles you just take. Okay, under high voltage, that means J.J. Thomson applied high voltage nearly 10,000 volts. Nearly how much, ma? 10,000 volts. Okay, that means when you apply high voltage nearly 10,000 volts, okay, at normal pressure, what happened means he didn't absorb anything. There is no passing of any type of particles from one electrode to the another electrode. Then what happened means he reduced the pressure nearly 0.001 mm of Hg. Okay, 0.001 mm of Hg. Okay, initially he applied high voltage but normal pressure. That case what happened? He didn't observe anything, any type of particles are traveling from one side to another side. But when what he done afterwards, he reduced the pressure nearly equal to 0.001 mm of Hg. That time what happened means he observed that, okay, he observed that some of the particles are traveling from cathode to anode. Then you may get doubt how he observed means he kept one screen here. Okay, beside anode he kept one screen. Then what happened means some of the particles are traveling from cathode to anode, and he observed that a green color, okay, a green color dots are formed. A green color dot is formed at the beside of the anode on the screen. Then what he conclude that when we are applying high voltage at low pressure, some of the particles are traveling from cathode to anode. Cathode to anode. Those particles are called cathode rays. Those particles are called what ma? Cathode rays. Afterwards, these are named as electrons. Afterwards, these are named as what ma? Electrons. This is how J.J. Thomson discovered electrons. J.J. Thomson discovered electrons, and this experiment we can call it as cathode ray discharge tube experiment. The experiment what we can call? Cathode ray discharge tube experiment. Okay, understood na? That means these are called cathode rays, afterwards named as what ma? Electrons. Afterwards named as electrons. Let us discuss about the properties. Okay. Properties of electrons. Okay, what are the properties of the electrons? Okay, first of all, electrons are negatively charged particles. Okay, electrons are, first one, negatively charged particles. Why these are having negatively charged? Because these particles are traveling from cathode to anode. What is the charge of the cathode? Negative. Therefore, these particles also what ma? Negatively charged particles. The second one, the cathode rays are not depending on gas which you are taking in the discharge tube. Very important one. Okay, cathode rays are not depending on gas which you are filling in the glass tube. You can take any type of gas, there is no problem. Okay, the cathode rays are not depending upon the gas which you are taking in the discharge tube. Next one, these electrons are deflected by electric field as well as magnetic field. For example, when you apply some electric field, what will happen? There is some distraction in the electrons because these are charged particles, and at the same time you apply any type of magnetic field. Then what happened? That time also you can observe, okay, there is some deflection takes place in the electron. Therefore, electrons are deflected by both electric field as well as magnetic field. This is about the first subatomic particle, that is nothing but what ma? Electron. Okay, let us see in the same time. Okay, in the same time, one more scientist came. This is gas. Okay, one more scientist came. His name is Goldstein. One more scientist came. His name is what ma? Goldstein. Okay, he assumed that if there is some negatively charged particles are present, then compulsory to neutralize that negative particles, there is some positively charged particles also present in any type of matter, any type of atom. Already J.J. Thomson discovered negatively charged particles are present. Then afterwards Goldstein, what he said, if there is a negatively charged particles, compulsory to neutralize that negatively charged particles, compulsory there is some positively charged particles also present. At the same time, he used the same experiment. He used the same experiment to find the positively charged particles. He also done the same experiment at high voltage and low pressure, same like high voltage and low pressure, but he used a perforated cathode. Instead of normal cathode, he used what ma? A perforated cathode. What is the meaning of the perforated cathode? Means this cathode is having some holes. Okay, what is the meaning of the perforated cathode? Perforated cathode means that cathode contains some holes. That is the meaning of the perforated cathode. That means in discharge tube, what he changed, instead of normal cathode, we just keep one perforated cathode. Perforated cathode means, what is the meaning of perforated cathode? It contains some holes. It contains some holes. Now let us see. Okay, again he applied at high voltage and low pressure. Then he observed that here what is there? Gas is there. Now some of the particles are now traveling from anode to cathode. Some of the particles are traveling from anode to cathode. And here what happens? Some gaps are there, no? Those particles are traveling and they form a red color dots. Red color dots on the discharge tube, glass tube. Then he conclude that the particles which are traveling from anode to cathode are called as anode rays. Are called as what ma? Anode rays. Afterwards these are called protons. Afterwards these are called what ma? Protons. Understood? The same experiment is used by the scientist Goldstein, and he said that if there is a negatively charged particles, compulsory to neutralize that negatively charged particles, there is some positively charged particles are present. To identify that positively charged particles, what he done, he changed the cathode to a perforated cathode. That means it contains some holes. Then he applied high voltage and low pressure. What happened? Some of the particles are traveling from anode to the cathode. Anode to cathode. Then what happened? The particles which travel from the holes of the perforated cathode, and they form a red color on the discharge tube. Therefore, he conclude that the particles which are traveling from anode to cathode are nothing but anode rays. And those are afterwards called as what ma? Protons. Those are called as what ma? Protons. Now what are the properties? Properties of the anode rays. What are the properties of the anode? The first one. These are positively charged. Yes, because these are coming from where? Anode. Anode is charged positive. Therefore, property is also nothing but it is positively charged particle. Second one, same thing only. These positively charged particles also deflected by both magnetic and electric field. Same like what ma? Electrons. Same like electrons. Okay. How electrons are deflected by the magnetic field and electric field, same like that only protons also deflected by the both magnetic field and electric field. The last and final one is nothing but, what is that one means? Their cathode rays are not depending upon the gas taken in the discharge tube. But here, when you change the gas, therefore, the protons also may change. Okay, therefore compulsory anode rays are depending on the gas taken in the discharge tube. Okay, if you are not supposed to change the gas, if you change the gas, the number of protons also will be changed. Therefore, must and should anode rays are depending upon the gas taken in the discharge tube. This point is very important. Electrons are not depending, but protons or anode rays always depending upon the gas taken in the discharge tube. Okay, hope you all understood what is how they discovered the proton and electron. By which experiment? Cathode ray discharge tube experiment. This cathode ray, this discharge tube is given by the scientist whom? William Crookes. Who gave this discharge tube? William Crookes. Who discovered electron? J.J. Thomson. What is the rays which are obtained from cathode are called what, ma? Cathode rays. Afterwards, cathode rays are named as what, ma? Electrons. Okay, like this, electrons are discovered and the properties. And this is about the discovery of the protons. And who discovered protons? Goldstein. This is about the discovery of the protons and electrons by using cathode ray discharge tube experiment. Okay, hope you all understood. We will discuss the next subatomic particle neutron in the next class. Thank you so much.